The Australia-China Youth Dialogue is a Track 2 dialogue between emerging leaders from Australia and China. Each year we select 30 delegates, 15 from Australia and 15 from China, to participate in a 4-day conference.
This year the dialogue has been themed around technology, and each day we deep dive into a particular topic. On day 1 we look at geopolitics, on day 2 we look at trade and investment, on day 3 we look at people-to-people connections, and on day 4 we look at knowledge collaboration. The ACYD is much more than a point-in-time conference. It's about bringing together a community of visible and active leaders in Australia-China affairs.
I really think anyone and everyone should join ACYD. The Australia-China relationship is so big and so important that no one can afford to ignore it. By joining this year's ACYD, I've been exposed to a whole new range of areas of potential cooperation and joint interests that we can draw on both Australia and China to bridge the cultural and diplomatic divides that exist between our two countries. It's been a great social experience. I've met people who are working on the bilateral relationship in areas that I'd never even thought existed previously. It's been fascinating to be exposed to the really interesting, really incredible work that they're doing.
It provides such a safe, non-judgmental and open environment to allow the young emerging leaders from Australia and China to have a deep dialogue to understanding the bilateral relationship between Australia and China.
I think the ACYD is particularly unique because it not only brings together people that have the knowledge and the passion for Australia-China relations, but it also engages them in a two-way dialogue. I think gaining a deeper understanding on Australia-China relations is potentially one of the most important things Australians can do right now. As the geopolitical context becomes more and more murky, it's important to achieve greater clarity on certain issues facing Australia and China.
This is what ACYD was created for. It was a very deliberate attempt at creating a platform to identify serious leaders or people with latent leadership capabilities across the economic, the political, the cultural and the other sectors spectrum, with a view that they would move into positions of influence so that we would have meaningful back channels of communication and dialogue.
Over 10 years, we have formed a strong alumni community of influential leaders that are represented across industries and geographies. Through our alumni program, we will continue to engage and continue to give back to the Australia-China bilateral relationship.
Looking forward, I can't wait to see the next generation of ACYD's leaders take this forward and to share in the tremendous successes, not if, but the absolute certain tremendous successes of our alumni community.